In this video, we're going to talk about why rapport is the first and most important frame of a call. We're going to talk about how we can build the rapport and the psychology behind it. What's up everybody, my name is Louis Wong from Winrise. Before we get started, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you found it helpful, and turn on notifications if you want to see more videos like this. And let's get started. Now, what makes rapport the first and most important frame of a call? Well, firstly, people need to feel that sort of connection to someone to be able to trust and believe whatever they're saying. And rapport is something that needs to be built up during the call. It's not something that you can immediately establish when someone hasn't even met you or heard you before. And honestly, in an ideal world, you'll be speaking to people that are always open and responsive and receptive to whatever you may be saying. But that will not always be the case. If you're not, you're going to have to provide value to them until they build up that rapport, the trust and belief, and take you seriously in whatever you may be saying. So we'll tap into kind of how we can build that value up. But first, it's kind of important we first get into why rapport is important in the first place. If there's no rapport, whatever that you may be saying in the call may not be taken seriously. So it's really important that you do so. It's more important to first find out how we can build that rapport. So how do we do it? One way is to show that you're confident and certain in the way you're saying your message and speaking about your offer, for example. So a little tip on how you can make you sound more certain, that can be worked on by your tonality. So for example, when asking a question, you want to have your tonality kind of pointed more downwards rather than kind of going upwards. So for example, imagine your script is something like this. Hi, I'm calling you now because we had a call booked for today to kind of find out more about what our program can offer for you. So maybe if I can ask you a couple questions first to see what in regards to what you have going on right now. Versus if you kind of do, hey, we have a call kind of scheduled right now to find out more about your program. Maybe if I can ask you a couple questions in regards to what you have going on right now. You see that subtle difference? It can really make a difference on the call between how serious someone kind of sees you and takes you. Another tip I want to give is how you sound. So one way you can kind of adjust that is to slow down your speech. Right? In your head, you want it to sound it as if you're really talking slowly, but in actuality, you actually sound a lot faster than you may think. So one fun analogy I like to use is to kind of imagine yourself as if you're a mafia boss, right? You're sitting back in your chair, really relaxed, and you're really certain and clear about what your offer is and what you can do for that person. So you want to slow it down, essentially ask them, here, maybe it'll make more sense, let me know what is it that you like to do, what is it that you have going on right now. Now, let's get a little bit into the psychology behind rapport. So why is it even important in the first place? Well, people really need to see that you are of value to be able to kind of take you seriously, like I said before, right? And what you can do to kind of build that value up is essentially, you can go about it in many different ways, but what I would typically do is that you will want to show certainty in what your offer and program can do for someone. What you can do by really, even if they don't see that in the value program, what you can do maybe on the call is by showing that you understand them. And how you can do that? You can do that by really asking open-ended questions, right? Digging deep as to what they have going on right now, helping find new insights as to what they can do, or even discover a new problem that they may not have even known they had before. And that really can be done by asking the right questions. And if someone on the other end of the call were to kind of give you one-word replies, and especially if you're coming in as an appointment setter, my recommendation is that you kind of end the call as soon as you can, because it's really not worth it in your perspective to kind of keep going on with that conversation. Because let's look at it this way: if I were to be honest, as an appointment setter, you're earning a base pay, and that's really just to fill up the quota of calls you have. And any commissions you're making on top of that, essentially from anyone that's going to be a qualified lead. So it really does not in your benefit to talk to people who are, in the first place, they're not even open-ended, right? So If it's gonna be a hard time for you to even spend the time to kind of get them to open up when they're only giving you one word answers, it's highly unlikely that they're gonna end up closing in the first place. So I would say it's a waste of your time and it's a waste of his time. So there's no point pursuing that. Right. And if you have any questions around it, make sure to kind of leave a comment below, because I do read all of any questions and comments that you write. And if you're looking to kind of find out any more questions about how we can build up that value and rapport during the call, I can get into that as well. So let me know down in the comments and we'll see if we can make a video on that. Alright, and that wraps things up for this video. If you liked what you saw and you don't want to miss out on any new content we're going to produce for you, make sure to give a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.